Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Noobster back with another Wonderlands Redux build video for you guys. Sorry I haven't posted in a few weeks. I've been out of town and moving around, playing a few other games. I've been kind of hopping back on Borderlands 2 for a little bit. So, been having fun with that, but wanted to go ahead and bring this build out to you guys. Now, this is going to be sort of a Redux version of my ICE Warden build. I've been collecting a few guns and trying a few things, but this is kind of what I think is kind of the best setup I have at the moment. So this is still a work in progress, and I want you guys to give your inputs. Let me know if there's things that I can make this build better. The build still works pretty well. All the gameplay that you guys are going to see in the intro throughout the video is all reloaded, like as in, there's a glitch right now where basically if you fast travel to different areas, you'll basically going back to Chaos 1, so everything just melts super quick. To make sure I gave you guys an accurate, demo, I actually reloaded the game whenever I went to a new location and, did the bossing, did whatever Chaos Chambers, right, with the actual scaling of Chaos 10. So keep that in mind. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the skill tree. Most of it's relatively unchanged. All right, so hopping right in. I don't want to take too long on this because most of the stuff is actually relatively the same. We're going Spore Warden and Brrzerker. Obviously, this is basically the ICE Warden for Redux. Barrage is going to be the action skill we're using. Eagle Eye, you guys know, just some gun damage. Not too much, but a decent skill to have. Next, Affinity. You don't necessarily have to have this. I do want to say that the barrage will kill tiny mobs with affinity, so I kind of like it for that purpose. But if you want, you can put it in bullseye. I don't actually see a huge benefit from bullseye though, so I kind of avoided it. Quiver of holding 3 out of 3 just for the magazine size and ammo regen. There is a bonus of the first shot. Honestly, doesn't matter to me too much, but I can respect it. And next is Medicinal Mushroom, just to revive us. Then we put 2 points in Windrunner, more so to get down in the skill tree. And so it's not really that important, but you guys can put it. It's a kill skill. Kill skills aren't my favorite, but it's whatever. Next, Headhunter. Headhunter used to be, down here, but it's moved up. So put 1 point here, and then we also put 3 points in Called Shot, just because you can, you just have to stack it 3 times. So that's not too bad. You do get a bonus of 30% if you just hold down your sights for 3 seconds, which I think is worth. I don't honestly hold down my sights too often still, but occasionally when I do, I can see that the damage is increased. Next, we have 3 out of 3 in Wrath of Nature, 3 coming from our class mod. And we also put a 3 out of 3 in Freeload because Freeload is really cool. Basically, every third shot is going to be amped, which is really nice. It's not a huge amp damage, but kind of looks cool. I like amp, shots and stuff, so I kind of put it. If you guys don't like it, you don't have to put it. I think it's still worth, having a little extra burst from every third shot. Next, we have 1 in Play the Angles, and then we also put 1 in Ethereal Bow. This is really for the sniper rifle debuff, but to be honest, you don't necessarily have to put the point in this. This is going to be a frost-based build, and honestly, I can't find too many frost sniper rifles that are that great. I have a couple in the build, which I think are okay, but honestly, this is not a must-have. You can kind of spend this elsewhere if you want. And then let's take a look at the Brrzerker tree. So the Brrzerker tree, Ancestral Frost, basic, get bonus frost damage. 1 in Icebreaker. It was kind of a 1 point that I didn't know where to spend, so I put it here. You don't have to necessarily put it here. I did put 5 out of 5 in Old Ways because I do like the, up close you get bonus 30% extra damage and 40% damage reduction, which is nice. 1 in Unarmored Defense. This is so, you have more max health and your ward's going to be depleted, but it's fine because your health is just so much more. And Blood Frenzy, we put 3 out of 3 in here. This is going to restore our Enrage timer, which is not a huge deal because we kind of can spam our barrages. But on top of that, it also gives us 9% of our max health restored after every kill, which I really enjoy, and I think, is a huge thing for survivability. And then last but not least, Relentless Rage. This is just, you can stay in save your soul for longer if you are struggling with getting up. Just keep firing and you'll recover a little bit of the save your soul meter. And when you kill an enemy, you become enraged. Again, not a huge deal, but I think it is nice for the save your soul aspect. But yeah, pretty standard. You guys can see not much is changed. And then same goes for the hero stats here. We maxed out critical power, and then we maxed out spell recovery, and then the rest we put in tank power. You can also put it in critical luck if you want. But yeah, a lot of this is like kind of spend whatever you like. I think honestly, critical power is probably the must. Like not even spell cooldown here. You don't necessarily have to have this because we're not using a Buffmeister, and we'll go over why in a second. But yeah, just go ahead and make sure critical power is maxed out, and then if you want, you can even do critical luck. I think honestly that might be a better investment. But yeah, just feel free to do whatever you like with the rest, and don't worry about the archetype that you choose your background. It doesn't matter. Just try to max out critical power and maybe critical luck, and you should be good to go. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Let's take a quick look at the inventory. All right, so here with the inventory, you can see a couple new things. Still all going to be cryo-based. We're going to start off with the Goblin Pickaxe here, just for the money aspect. You pick up money, you get more movement speed, spell, and critical or skill cooldown. The enchant here is after getting a gun kill, you increase your gun critical hit chance and your reload speed for 5 seconds. So that's nice. The enchants are not like really that special in Redux, so if you can't roll it, that's fine. It's not like a big deal, and you can maybe even find something that you like better. These are not like the best enchants by any means. These are just sort of what I got and I like. And then on all the guns, we have the same enchant, which is activating barrage grants 25% increased fire rate and 50% increased gun handling. So the primary guns that I honestly use are just these two. So starting off with the Revenant, this is going to be one of the new pearlescents in the game, and honestly one of the better pearlescents in my opinion. This used to shoot in like a shape of a cross, and then when you used to get below 75% of your health, or when you were at 75% or below, it would also do dark magic damage along with cryo damage, but it wasn't all that great. But then in the recent patch update, they changed it, so now it's 6 pellets, and then it has these stickies that like do dark magic damage, which I think actually makes the gun like a lot better. But yeah, so this is like one of my go-to weapons both for mobbing and for bossing, surprisingly. It's a really good SMG, and it's weird because like sometimes you'll do like a ton of damage, but like there will be some bosses where personally I feel like it's weak against, which is kind of like the weird inconsistency about this build. It's still really strong, and like Parasite's like really really good to use this against. But like other bosses like the Wastard, sorry, I couldn't think of the name. The Wastard, that guy is like hard to kill with the Revenant. That's why I have this Casual Sword Explosion. Casual Sword Explosions are hard to get. But we have a cryo one here. Same enchant. These are kind of the main two that I'm using. We also have a Chantarella, which is like a pretty decent sniper rifle. Basically, it has a really high chance to freeze your enemies. If anything, it's good for mobbing. I guess you can kill Lachance with it. I think I have a clip that I might show you guys where we're killing Lachance. But for the most part, I still just stick to these two. We do have buffs to sniper rifles, or debuffs if you want to call them, because some of them are debuffs. But yeah, the sniper rifles, honestly, the cryo ones are not that great. If this was a shock-based build, trust me, I would use the that one pearlescent sniper rifle that I'm forgetting the name of. But yeah, for this is fine. You could try out the sawmill also. We have a sawmill. It's not bad, but it consumes so much ammo, and I don't have the SDUs maxed out for sniper rifles, so I basically like lose all the ammo in like one boss. And then next we have the Winter's Edge. This is also a really weird shotgun. It's pearlescent, so that's cool, but basically it shoots in like a huge weird pattern, so you got to be real close if you want all 3 of those pellets to land. But not bad. Again, I would recommend it for mobbing, not really bossing. Just stick with these two for bossing. Revenant's good all around. And yeah, those are the guns. The rings, we're using the Sharksbane's rings. This is the same as like our previous Clawbringer build. It's just too good to pass up on. It's gun damage and gun critical hit damage. Basically, you land a critical hit, you get that 33% extra effectiveness. So pretty good. We're using 2 of them, so kind of doubling up. We're using a Frost Old God here. Again, the enchant is whenever you reload, gain a charge of Barrage. This is kind of my go-to when it comes to, in fact, all Old Gods are kind of my go-tos. You just get that good normal bonus. You don't have to do anything special to get that bonus. You don't have to break your shield. You don't have to, have it full. You have to flat 15% extra whatever element. So this is Frost. And then 25% elemental damage reduction. Pretty good. I will say, if you are struggling, use a body rune. We have a body rune here. Whenever you reload, gain a charge of barrage. Those are the two shields. I kind of stick with the old god. Just my preference, but feel free to use the body rune. Next, we have a Cape of Tides. This has +3 in Wrath of Nature, and the other skill honestly doesn't matter because I think that has to do with, well, I think it might boost fire rate, but honestly, we don't even go that far, so I don't even bother. Yeah, it's Iron Squall. I don't remember that, but it does give like a little bit of bonus fire rate to us. But yeah, if you guys don't know, basically critical hits apply soaked, and frost and lightning does more damage. You guys can see we're doing frost. We have a little bit of lightning, but that's not a big chunk. But yeah, the Cape of Tides is a no-brainer here. It's kind of like my go-to for this kind of build. Next, we have the Joint Training. This is a Frost and Brrzerker power. Joint Training, all damage dealt. When a Fate Maker scores a critical hit, our companion's critical hit chance increases by 80%. Companion hits critical hit, our critical hit damage is increased by 30%. This is kind of where I need a little bit of your guys' help. The Buffmeister is like weird and not that great in Redux. It was surprisingly like working fine for me with the Clawbringer build, but with after I did like some more testing, I honestly just thought it was not helping that often, and I think really it's doing is giving you a bonus element, but it's not like a lot of damage with that bonus element. It's like 1,000, which is not much, or even less maybe. But yeah, I don't want to use the Buffmeister with these builds. I kind of am using the Lovestruck bow because every time it shoots a crossbolt, you get 4% increased damage. So it keeps shooting crossbolts. We have 2 charges. You kind of spam both of them. In theory, you should be getting a lot more than like 4%. They only last for 6 seconds, but still pretty decent. The enchant we have here is after reloading, gain 10% increased fire rate, which is actually really, really strong. I wish it was more than 5 seconds, but you quickly reload 3 times. You actually have like a big boost to fire rate. So that's a nice enchant to have. But yeah, if you guys know of any other spell that's good for the gun-based builds, not like spell-based builds, because obviously with spell-based builds you can use different things. But yeah, for gun-based builds, this is kind of what I thought might be the best. But if you guys know anything that I'm just forgetting about, then let me know. I would really love to know, just for future builds and such. But yeah, that is the inventory. Let's take a quick look at our myth rank. All right, so here at the myth rank, you see we have a ton of available points we're not going to spend. Here is our Archmage, here is our Blade Master, our Deadeye, and then our Druid. So yeah, pretty much the same as our previous builds. We're not really, putting more points in here. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be trying to put out more builds, but honestly, running out of ideas. If you guys have any suggestions, anything you've tried out and you think is really cool and you want me to make a build video about it, please let me know. Join my Discord, send me a message. I am really, really interested in knowing what you guys are doing with Redux, or even with the base game, to be honest. If there's anything, let me know. I'm running out of ideas, but I still have a few stuck in the back of my mind. I want to make sort of a Jacob's build, but I can't get it to work. But yeah, I have a few things in mind that I think might be cool. So stay on the lookout. Hopefully those are going to come out soon. Anyway, that is a wrap. Again, this is going to be only for the PC players because obviously Redux is only for PC. Sorry to all my console players out there, but yeah, the build is going to be posted in my Discord, so feel free to join and use the save file. It should be uploaded right when this video is uploaded, so you guys can find it. And yeah, guys, again, if you enjoyed it, I would appreciate a sub. A lot of people have been subbing, so I really, really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for growing the channel. And yeah, hopefully I'll bring out more and more exciting stuff to you guys. Anyway, I've been rambling for a minute, so I will catch you guys later. Thanks again. Peace.